Hey friends, this is Lita, and we're on Zoom, and I'm also on our public Facebook group for your friends and family called SOS Friends and Family group. And we're gonna, if someone is watching on Facebook, if you could share it to our VIP group, which is called Special Oil Society, that would be awesome. If not, no worries, I'll do it when I'm done. So for those of you online, I'm gonna go ahead and say just a couple of things. We have a few things going on, and it was a little bit like, if it's overwhelming to me, I thought maybe it might be overwhelming to you. So I thought, if you don't mind, I would do a Facebook Live, and then we can record it here. And in fact, let me hit record right now. I'm glad I said that word record. That's a trigger for me to go ahead and funny how my mouse doesn't let me do things. Okay, so I'm going to hit record on this on the cloud. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm recording it so that way we have a way to share it with people who aren't on Facebook. Okay, so what's happening is there's a few cool things. We just finished up BOGOs, and so I would like to know from you if I have a in-person and we would live stream it, like a BOGO type of class, like how to use your BOGOs from July. Every Tuesday there was a BOGO and a bonus one on Wednesday, if you guys don't remember. So we have some things like Roman chamomile, blue tansy, maybe purify or turmeric that you may not know how to use, or red mandarin or kumquat, and there were others. So if you're watching this live, comment below if you bought a BOGO and which ones you bought, and then I'll make sure that we can, I left off some of the BOGOs that we had. So anyway, if you were interested in that, please, like on the Facebook page, comment below or let me know later too. So I'm going to go ahead and mute just the friends that are on Zoom, but I just know that you are we're here, so keep talking. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So what we're gonna do is here's our agenda. We're gonna talk about an online intro to oils class next week. I'm going to talk a little bit, just briefly, also about the Precious Petals promotion. That's for anybody, doesn't matter if you're actively sharing doTERRA or if you're just a customer. Anyone can get these free oils, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Also, I'm going to talk about blue tansy and what blue tansy is, well, not much what it is, but we're going to be doing for every day in August. And then also, why are we putting on our big toe? That's something else too. We're also going to talk about Symphony of the Cells. We're going to have an in-person class with Susie Davidson August 20th at my home, and there's only 30 spots, and it's open to the larger team, so it's going to fill up like within a few days. So if you don't know what Symphony of the Cells is, I'll explain briefly what that is, and I think you all should be there. It's a free class. It's like a demonstration of an oils application process and why it could really be helpful to you and your family. And it's so simple. It takes about 6 or 7 minutes to do, and we do this whenever we're not feeling well, for any kind of issues too, and you can do it all the time, but it's just really helpful. The next thing we're going to talk about briefly is if you want to do that BOGO follow-up gathering, and how to use your oils, as well as are you open to me hosting, or for you guys hosting, a back-to-school class. And if you do want to host any kind of workshops, in case I forget to say it, any kind of class in this month, just let us know. In August or September, we're going to give you 50 PV and free oils just for hosting. So that is a great deal too. So I hope that's helpful. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn my camera around. And if you guys could, I'm just going to tag a few friends on Facebook. Sometimes it's nice to get like a little reminder. So I'm just going to take a second and do that right now. So if you're I'm just like massively, my husband at work, just gonna go ahead and tag a bunch of people. Okay, so there are some people who said they wanted to come, so that's why I wanted to make sure I get them. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn my camera around. So here's the PowerPoint right here. And online, if you can be able to see it, let's see, it looks like it's August promotion. So this is like, let me see if I can go out like that. All right, can you see it? If you're on Facebook, please comment below. Even if you're watching the replay, type replay so I know that you saw it and I can follow up with you if you have any questions. Okay, so save 10% in August. So if you are a new customer, or you're not a customer yet, or you're a regular customer, you all can order this, save 10%. Now, you're either saving 10% off the retail price or 10% off the wholesale price, depending if you're a customer. And if you want to save even more, like cheaper than wholesale, go ahead and opt in to our wellness subscription box that we call the Loyalty Rewards Program. And that will save you 10 up to 30% on this oil, as well as you get all your shipping back. So it's a really great day. You have to spend at least 50 PV, but I can explain that later. But anyway, so after a long day, use cedarwood to help you unwind. So it encourages calmness and help you to relax at the end of the day. It has been used popularly in like perfume and skincare products. It smells just like cedarwood, and so it soothes so it's very like wonderful. I add it sometimes to my bug repellent. It's very gentle. We sometimes use it for lots of things to soothe our skin and soothe the mind for helping for sleep. So just want to let you know it's a very versatile oil. And I see cedarwood used a lot in online. I see a lot of people making homemade skin serums. And a couple years ago, cedarwood was in all the serums. Now blue tansy and some of the blue oils are seeming to be more popular, but this is still a very great oil. So if you guys use cedarwood, would you guys please comment below or in the chat if you're on Zoom, but definitely on the Facebook Live, comment if you've used cedarwood and what or know other people who've used cedarwood, and let me know what you think of it. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what it's for. And so what I'm going to be using is a couple books. So cedarwood it helps people with focus issues. You can apply to your wrists, temples, the back of your neck, or diffuse. If you have any kind of the red skin that's dry in the creases of your elbows and such, you can apply on those areas too. It's very good for that. Definitely put on for sleep and stress. Bottoms of your feet, back of your neck, diffuse. I said that already. Kind of very similar. Anxious feelings, you can apply to your wrists or temples. If you have cuts and scrapes, you don't put it in the wound, but you would put it around the wounded area to just promote natural healing. If you have any kind of urinary or bladder discomfort, you can apply topically, not internal, it's not an internal use oil, but topically over the bladder area. And if you have, I've heard for occasional blemishes, respiratory issues, you can use it also. And I already talked about it being great for bug issues. So it's a very great oil for kids because there are a couple oils that were studied for focus, especially kids that have really trouble staying with attention. And the oils that were studied were like vetiver. Vetiver is a smoky grass from Haiti. It has like a smoky smell, but cedarwood was also studied. Cedarwood is a great one to use for kids because they recognize the smell of that wood. And my children love it. One of my daughters loves it with wild orange for bedtime. We use cedarwood and wild orange all the time for bed. And she actually wants to put it up her nose. She thinks it's so good. So she just can't get enough of this oil. So I just want to encourage you to use that for issues where you need to focus or help someone else focus. So it's great for back to school. I love how doTERRA puts their specials that match up with what you need. So you don't even know you need it for bugs, but if you're out and about and you have your cedarwood, you can add it to TerraShield or another oil that you might have. So that's just a really great thing to use. Or for schoolwork, you don't know what to do, pull out cedarwood and a citrus oil. So for focus, I usually like to recommend a wood oil diffused with a citrus oil and a mint or some sort of herb that's really helpful for focus. So like a basil, a rosemary, a peppermint or spearmint would be great. Then diffuse that with a wood oil like cedarwood or frankincense or cypress, and then with a citrus oil like lime oil, lemon, or wild orange. So that gives you an idea of how to use cedarwood. Again, lots of different ways. So do you use cedarwood? Comment below. I'd love to hear it. Okay, so the Blue Tansy Challenge, what is that? So this lady started this Blue Tansy Challenge, and there's not a lot of pictures here, so I'm going to turn you around. I thought it was crazy. I thought it was nutso. I don't know where's my blue tansy? Where is that thing? I just put it down over here because I was making a roller ball for somebody for skin. It is great with, that is a blue oil. So it's called Blue Tansy because it's blue. It's actually yellow flower, but during this steam distillation process, chamazolene is the chemical compound in Blue Tansy that turns the oil blue. So it can stain clothing, so just be careful. So the reason why we say the big toe challenge is because there's a reflex, if you're into, a lot of people use reflex ology. If you press on a certain area of the foot, it ties to a certain organ. So the big toe is the area that's supposed to be for the brain. So people have found that helpful to put on the big toe. Plus, it can stain your skin. So I like to mix it with a moisturizer, or what a lot of people do in our group for acne is they'll just dab on blemishes, occasional blemishes. They dab on blue tansy right on the area of problems, and they wake up in the morning and it's cleared up and it looks great. Blue tansy is wonderful added to a little roller ball for, you can add it to jojoba oil, Jojoba. That's very good, similar to your skin wax. It's a wax that's similar to your skin sebum. You can add jojoba oil in a little roller ball, 5 ml, and add in 7 or 8 drops of copaiba, 7 or 8 drops of tea tree oil or melaleuca, and then 2 or 3 or 5 drops, up to 5 drops of blue tansy or yarrow palm. And I'm getting great results from teenagers all over and little kids that are struggling with some occasional blemishes. So blue tansy is great jabbed on for older skin, or also make it in a roller ball. So why are we putting it on our big toe? That's like weird. Well, the point is it's a staining oil and we want to use it every day. What people have found, there was a lady who started it. It's called the oil of motivation, so to speak. It's an oil that has helped people to get out of what's that called when you procrastinate and you just know you should do something, you don't do it, and you just need a little oomph. Blue tansy has been found to be really helpful to a lot of people and just get up and go. And I thought it was a bunch of crock. I'll be honest with you. I sometimes read these books. I'm like, come on, really? But I have to say, but every time I used it, I was really surprised. I just got up and went, and I did things. And for 3 hours, I was getting stuff done. And I was like, okay, that's so weird. So it's a flower oil, so it is, and it's potent. So you don't need much. So by putting on the big toe, you're smelling it, you're applying it to a reflex spot if that's important to you, and therefore you're doing it every day for 30 days. And so therefore, let's go and show you that picture. So you're going to print this out. You're going to print this out and keep track. We're on day 2 already, and the big toe. Do you have to do your big toe? No, you don't have to. In fact, the lady who started it, she was just trying to color a bead that she had that was white, and she was trying to make it dark blue, and she used blue tansy, and then she got a lot of stuff done that day, and she was like, and it smelled like 2 or 3 days. It was really strong. She put a lot of blue on her bead, and I'll share that story in our group later. But she noticed that, boy, it smelled for 2 or 3 days. She put a lot of it, and everyone was getting a lot of stuff done. And then she read about this oil in a motions book, and other people have said the same thing. So could it be that? So she experimented on her big toe, and she saw that she was able to get a lot more things done. So that's why she's encouraging people to do that. So as you're preparing, finishing up summer, getting your house, getting everything ready to kind of prepare your minds and your hearts for the fall, this is a great thing just to get things done that maybe you're avoiding, cleaning out that closet or that pantry, or getting all the back to school stuff. This is a really great thing to use. So we're going to do a challenge in the group, and it'll be every day there'll be a post that will show you, and you can show your big toe. So it's called like the big toe. But you know what? You don't have to show your big toe. If you don't like your big toe or you're not into big toes, just show a picture of your bottle. You can show your picture. Just say, I did it. Our thumbs up, then we know our blue hearts, then we know you did it. So we're going to see, it's a challenge, it's an accountability. Okay, that's enough for that. So moving on. All right. So there's some things that are limited time only, and I really wanted to make that fair to you. So the Brevi diffuser was, in fact, mine is sitting over, really over here. It smells like basically doTERRA just really honestly is bringing on fall, y'all, too soon for me. But I know some people, school has started today. I saw on my Facebook feed, someone had a back to school picture today with their first day of school. And I was like, what is the world coming to? So I guess doTERRA is stepping in and they're going to do this pumpkin thing. Okay, so here's what it is. It's Harvest Spice. And I got out my Brevi diffuser last night. My Brevi, and I was using it, and I got my Harvest Spice. And I have to say, I diffused it last night to prepare for this, and it was so good. It just smelled like Thanksgiving and fall and happiness, and it was delicious. And so what's in it is, I have to do this with my glasses, excuse me as I do this. Cassia, clove, eucalyptus, cedarwood, very calming, nutmeg, and cinnamon bark oil. You can't even get nutmeg. So this is a really great fall y'all type of blend. And it is, you can buy it individually. I think it's $24.50, or you can get it with this diffuser. And with this diffuser, it is so adorable. We love it. In fact, one of my friends, I loaned this diffuser out because it's so small, and it's a great one for people to borrow when they want to try oils. And so see how cute it is? It's walnut painted. It's not real walnut. And it has like a timer thing on it. So, oh, you can't see it on Zoom. Okay, sorry everybody. You can, so it's really adorable, and it changes colors. So let me show you. So it's blue right now, and it has this lovely mist. All right, so you see it, and I have harvest spice in it right now. So, man, yeah, really happy. And it pairs well with any citrus oil. So you can use it with wild orange too, or the tangerine you just bought. It's 10 hours, intermittent, multiple colors. It's really, really good. So you can get the diffuser too, and that's a great gift also. So moving on. All right, next one. This is but I should tell you, it's limited, meaning it's going to run out. They just had a limited leftover from last year, or at least the diffuser, they were able to get more. I don't know what, but it's limited. They don't have a lot of it. I just made up the stuff about using leftovers. I have no idea. Citrus Bliss is also, while supplies last, the natural deodorant you want with Citrus Bliss, non-toxic, no aluminum, talc, parabens, or phthalates. Includes a jojoba, shea butter, and coconut oil to moisturize and care for your underarm skin. Includes a favorite scent of Citrus Bliss, which is like everyone's favorite. The picture is covered up there, but you get it. So here's the thing. It does have baking soda. So if you're sensitive to baking soda, this is not the one for you. We have something called the orange, Greek orange, and Douglas fir. That's going to have no baking soda for sensitive skin. So just want to let you know about that. Otherwise, this is going to be a good one for you. And whenever you use natural deodorants, it is important that when you first start using them, it might take you could use something called a cleanse, a deep cleanse for your armpits. It sounds gross, but doTERRA makes a clay mask, and I love it for occasionally using that in your underarm area before you get in the shower. You rinse it off, and that helps deep clean, pulling out like impurities and bacteria and things that are like hiding in the skin cells, deep in the pores, and it pulls it out, and it just helps your deodorant work much better. So I just want to give you a little heads up how to use natural deodorant. And why do they say no parabens or phthalates? Do you guys comment below if you know why that's important? I might touch on it now, I might touch on it later, but you want to be really careful about avoiding fragranced items, things that you would buy at the Bath and Body shops, the Yankee Candle shop, anything, because they have something called phthalates in it. These are things that are known endocrine disruptors, and the EPA has a document for daycare providers, and they tell them, the EPA.gov says that do not use Glade plugins or anything of these things, and they talk about parabens and phthalates, and they show the endocrine system. They show you the endocrine system, and they talk about that, not to use these scented products that are artificial that have these items. So that's why it's really important to not be putting things onto our body that have those scented things. That's why I love it to order your stuff from doTERRA. It comes already natural extracts or fragrances that are natural from oils or extracts. They're very, very good, really good. If you use any of those products, comment below. They're so super good. And that means you can also like replace what you already buy from what you would buy at other stores. So don't think of doTERRA as this extra thing you have to do. It's just redirecting your spending to what you're already purchasing, but without all the yuck. It's good stuff. Okay, that's limited supply. Now, Laurel Leaf. This is limited. So you have to get it. You have to move. I have to move to these. I have to move this down here. Okay, there we go. So you guys can see the pictures. So it is 5 ml. They do not sell this oil. It's free, just totally free, with placing a 125 PV LRP order from August 1st to the 15th, and you receive it just in your order. So it's oil for its bright, spicy, sweet scent. So it smells great. It lifts the senses, and it can promote apparently confidence and courage and clear thinking. Definitely clear thinking and concentration. Also, occasional muscle aches from exercise. So what I have found in it, I looked up, it's in our blend called Breathe. You can't buy Laurel Leaf, but you're getting exposed when you use Breathe Respiratory Blend. So what Laurel Leaf has antiseptic and antifungal properties. I also read a study on PubMed that says it has antimicrobial, like that's antibacterial properties too. It may also help with respiratory issues such as people with perhaps may have supports them with they have asthma or bronchitis or viral infections. This is a great oil, and it's Laurel Leaf. That's the bay laurel, just to let you know. And it is in our Breathe blend. So this is a great one also to just add to your collection that you want to add to your Breathe blend. If you're really struggling or needing some support through the winter months, you're going to want to get this. Okay, so now the other thing is, let me just go back to my PowerPoint, is here's how you can use it. Whoa, hello there. Okay, so you have this, you can make a spray bottle with a 1/4 cup white vinegar, 1 3/4 cup water, so that's basically 2 cups or 16 ounces, 30 drops of essential oils. You can use laurel leaf, peppermint, and wild orange. That's gonna really be great, and it actually cleans surfaces. So you can shake thoroughly and spritz on surfaces to clean it. So that is a great smelling but very effective spray bottle to clean the surfaces in your home. Okay, there's more things that Laurel Nobilis does, laurel leaf oil does, and it has to do with, there's some in vitro studies on human cells on certain types of cancer, as well as certain types of liver support. Actually, mostly it has to do with also the A1C for diabetics. I'm not saying to take it internally, I'm just letting you know this is what one of the studies was, as well as acetylcholine for people who have maybe neurological issues. They found this oil. There's some studies that talk about that too. So there's some other things that are kind of exciting, and you can always go to pubmed.gov and search in Laurel Nobilis or Laurel essential oil. Laurel leaf essential oil, something like that. Keep putting some word searchers into PubMed and look that up yourself. Okay, now we're having a class next week. So here's the thing. There's a couple things that are happening. We are having a class. Let me go to this one next. We're having a class online. Let me switch over. You're invited to a free online class, Essential 101, August 5th through the 8th. And so really, it's mostly actually for new people, or brand new people to doTERRA that don't really know much about their top 10 oils. So it's not just public to everybody, but I want you to know, do you have anybody who needs to know about oils that maybe you don't know how to bring it up, or they live far away, a relative that lives across the country, or in another across the country here, but are in another country, because doTERRA is all over, and we can help them. And so you can give referrals where you can refer people to us. So message me or comment below. I have some people, and we'll reach out to you, whoever added you to this group. But you can invite them to this online class. It's August 5th through the 8th, and it's on Facebook. There'll be an event opening up this weekend for you to add them. And there's a couple steps though to help them. You need to first ask them. We never add people to a group unless we ask them if they'll be able to participate. So that means to participate is at 8 p.m. on Monday through Thursday of this coming week, August 5th through 8th. They're going to be able to watch a live video using some of the top 10 oils. We're going to touch a little bit on the vitamins, and then if they'd like to get started with oils, that's fine. There'll be some extra fun things for them. And so I just want to let you know this is a great way for you to refer friends and family, and we can help them, or you can help them yourself. And so it's just a really low-key thing. And the Facebook Live will sit there for 4 days or 5 days, and they can go in and watch and comment and win prizes. And it is really only for new people who have not used doTERRA, or maybe brand new people who don't know how to use the top 10. Or if you're watching this and you're in our community and you don't know how to use your top 10 oils and it's sitting there unopened, you must be in this class. I will let you in. I will let you in. Let me know. Message me and comment that I've messaged you so I can see it, and I'll be sure to help you. So that's something great. You need to start inviting them now, and you can give them a few samples if you'd like. But making sure it's something they really need. Like if they want to try lemon in their water, or they're struggling with energy, maybe peppermint, or digestive, Digesen, breathe for respiratory. You get the idea. And let us know. We'll be glad to send samples and help you out. Now, if you go ahead and they want to get started, there's a special promotion, and I'm going to show it to you. It's very confusing because people are like, I don't sell doTERRA, and you don't have to sell. This is for anybody, customers too. It's called Precious Petals. So if you get 2 people started with 100, and they decide to get started with a kit, or spend $35 and spend 100 BV, and you get 2 people that would like to do that, you get a free bottle of Kananga. It's actually related to the ylang ylang tree. It's not the blossoms, but it has very similar beta caryophyllene. It's really, really calming. And so some good studies on renal issues, and lots of good research on that oil. The other thing is, if 4 people want to get started with doTERRA this month, you can get, that you've referred, then you can get jasmine, not the roll-on, the actual jasmine. And then if 8 people want to get started, like if you're going to want to host a class, then that's probably a good way to do that, to host a class for some of these things. Then you can get a rose oil, which it costs a lot of money to buy it undiluted, 5 milliliter rose. And if 11 people want to get started, that would be like a class, that kind of thing. You can get all 3. So just want to let you know, doTERRA is giving this to anybody. You don't have to be building or sharing, but it's just, if you want to help people get started with oils, you can use that Intro to Oils class. You can host a class. That brings me to my last thing. if you host a class, let us know. We can come teach it for you or show you how to do it yourself. So simple with online stuff, very simple. You get 50 PV in free oils from Susie Davidson, our oils fairy godmother, we call her. 50 PV in free oils if you're a customer and you'd like to host a class, as well as other little goodies and stuff too. So I just want to encourage you that you can, if you want to share doTERRA, you can do that and get some free oils, or you also can host a class and get free products and perhaps free oils. And you don't have to, if you don't want to do this, we'd be glad to just give you free gifts. So those are really fun things. I hope is that exciting to you guys? Comment below if that sounds exciting. And that's August through August 31st. So just want to let you know about that. He extended that. Okay, so now the last thing is, this coming Saturday, I have at my house a Symphony of the Cells, kind of like a demo class. We're not actually teaching Symphony of the Cells, like as far as you need to go to the real training, and there's one in Rockville in September. They don't usually come to this area, so I highly recommend you guys go to that one. But basically, the Symphony of the Cells was created as a method of helping people understand that the body needs to be balanced physically and emotionally. Each hands-on Symphony of the Cells training will help aid in the understanding of the natural progression of discomfort or issues in your body. You will also learn about the different systems of the body, how they relate like a symphony, and the power of essential oils, and just other natural nutrients and modalities that are going to help guide you in your whole wellness journey. This is a very Cliff Notes version taught by Susie and me, and it's Saturday at my home from 2 to 5. This is great for people new to oils too, or people that maybe don't know how to use their oils. You're going to see a big, you're going to really see them really feel much more comfortable with their oils. One thing we're going to do is we're actually going to demonstrate this. We're going to have a table here and a special gown if you'd like. We're going to demonstrate how to use these oils for different things. So I use the respiratory one on my children when they had influenza. I use immune when we're getting ill, and it really helps if you're really consistent. It takes 7 minutes to apply it, so it's super easy. I've never gone to a training. I just have this book, and they have a new book out, and it will be available perhaps. If not, you can prepay. The class is free, but you can prepay and get one of these Symphony of the Cells books. So it has different things for cellular, cardiovascular, inflammation, neurological support, osteo, emotional support. And I have done this, and it's been so relaxing to my kids. They love it before going to bed. And again, 7 minutes. And there's pictures that show you exactly how to do it, diagrams, and I just follow the diagrams. So seeing us do it once, you're going to be like, I got that. So if you want to buy the book, it'll be like about 15 or a little bit less, maybe dollars for it. You can pay for it here. So again, 30 spots at my house. They're almost selling out. So you have to RSVP by the Eventbrite, which is in our groups, okay? Or message me if you want to get into it. So Lisa, I'm putting you on the spot, Lisa. Are you still there? Would you be willing to share a little bit about, I didn't ask you, so if you can say no, if you could, would you like to share about anything about Symphony of the Cells, that what you have used it for, or just like which protocols you used, you went to the training, anything like that, and why you think people should come, just like even one sentence. Would you do that, Lisa, if I unmute you? Lisa can't hear me. Oh boy. Lisa's unmuted. Oh, maybe she can hear me now. Lisa, would you mind sharing? Hi, Lisa. We can't hear you, but I see you unmuted yourself. So could you turn up your volume? Let me turn up. Oh, there you go.
I'm just thinking. My mind just went blank.
I know. So sorry.
Okay. I'm sitting in the car at the apartment from just getting done mowing, so I'm trying to pay attention here. So my husband and I have been using the Symphony of the Cells. We do it with each other, and we are totally into it. And it has made a difference in both of us. I can't think right now because I'm on the spot to give you specifics.
Sure.
But we have definitely noticed, and I have noticed differences, but it's not appropriate for me to talk about it here.
Sure, of course, yes. And so that's something that you can see. There's all different kinds. I'm showing them the book now. And then you've tried it on your children, right? They liked it?
Yes.
Yes. And so you feel like most people can learn how to do it. It's pretty easy?
It's very easy. It's very relaxing. There's nothing, I don't see anything negative about it. There's nothing negative. It's a positive experience all the way around, from the person doing it to the person receiving it. because the person doing it is still getting those same oils into their system as well, because it's on their hands.
Mm-hmm.
So it's positive. My kids ask for it.
Oh, they do? Which one do they like, if you can share? Which,
I do the basic on the youngest, and I've done the respiratory, I've done the mood. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but like the emotional balance one.
Great. Awesome. Well,
A lot of anxious feelings.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate that. That's really helpful to hear. So you have a real person that went to the training and did it, and I'm doing it. I'm a real person, and I only read the book, and it has like diagrams. I plan to go to the training in Rockville on September 26th, but I feel like this is a great way for you just to go and bring your friends. Also, if you want me to do a BOGO follow-up gathering to learn how to use your BOGOs, or a back to school, like kind of workshops for natural solutions, I would love to do that for you, or our team would love to do that for you. And we can show you how to do that also if you're interested. But it would be great. Get 50 P. If you're just a customer, get 50 PV. And if you want to get them started with oils, you can get free oils from doTERRA. And I'm going to finish up. But the last thing is, what are these free oils? The Kananga. So I am going to show I won't show it to you guys because I have this thing. How do I describe it? I'm going to show my my community on Zoom, so you can't see this if you're on Facebook because it's not compliant. But a little bit about what you can do with these oils if I could figure out how to make it bigger. I'll just show it to you briefly. So I have these notes that I've taken from a webinar about different things about Kanaga and jasmine, and I'd be glad to send it to you. But Kanaga is it's in the Calmer blend. It's pretty high. It has about 38% of beta caryophyllene. It interacts with our normal cannabinoid system. You support your endocrine system, inflammatory response, and stimulates good immunity. It just brings your body back into homeostasis. It's not as available as ylang ylang is to us, so we can't source it all the time. It's harder to harvest. They have to climb into a tree to harvest, but it's really good for nerve health and chronic nerve, maybe some discomfort, great for kidney health and just awakening. It says for emotional purposes. I'm not sure what that means, but anyway, that's Kanaga, and it's free. Just 2 people to get started with oils. Also, if you want to do more than that, jasmine, it's really, really helpful for healthy pressure levels. It's an absolute. It's not an essential oil, but it's really wonderful for skin issues, great for emotions, anything hormonal too. It's anti-spasmodic, and so it's really good for maybe some PMS type of issues or central nervous system support, or it's just really, really wonderful to use that physically, but also emotionally too. And then you can also, rose is an amazing oil that apparently Bulgarian rose, where we do it, it's done in the Kazakh region below the Balkan Mountains range. It's beautiful. It's covered with roses, but it's only 3 weeks a year that they can harvest these rose petals. They're picked by hand. Okay, and there are 8,000 rose bushes. It takes 8,000 rose bushes or 242,000 petals to produce 1 5 ml bottle of rose. They use a hydrobath, so it's very little pressure. They don't do the normal steam distillation. It's hydrobath in the distillation process. It's not an absolute. So it's going to be, it's because of the alkanes or what's in it. They're solid, and it causes to maybe solidify a little bit. And so just to let you know about that, but it's very, very wonderful. It's one of the lowest yielding oils from flowers. That's why it's normally $400 or $500 if you bought this bottle, real stuff from doTERRA, but that's why you can afford the touch. So this is getting the real stuff. So it's really good for skin. All flowers are good for skin, but rose is incredible for skin. Also, we have it in our Stronger Kids blend, frankincense, rose, and litsea. Really good for immune support. So there were some good studies on geraniol, which is abundant in rose. Something about I didn't write all my notes, but something about different types of things that I can't really talk about, like some bacteria and some cancer stuff. There's some studies. It's just, and then also people have used it topically when they've had some bad issues that they couldn't have normal healing or cause bad skin issues. They were able to use Rose Touch tea tree oil touch and cilantro to help kill off some bad things. It just takes a while to use it. So just want to let you know rose was really, really, really helpful for people that way. Also, one thing I should tell, when they harvest rose, there's no automobiles where they're harvested going on while they're harvesting. So that's really, really interesting. I thought that was cool. So it's a really precious oil. So they're giving it away for free. So this is how they're doing that. So if you would like to share doTERRA on August, host a class, invite them to that online class, please comment below and we're going to help you. We're going to help you help people get started. So, okay, well, is there any other questions? Now, people on Zoom, do you have any questions for me? And people on Facebook, any questions for me either? Anything that you'd like to ask? If not, please will you guys go to the Facebook groups and ask questions there? That would be a really great way, because if you ask a question, everyone asks a question. So again, remember the Eventbrite for our thing on Saturday, it's going to fill up, only 30 spots. People are signed up right away. And so it's free from 2 to 5 on Saturday. That's the most pressing thing. And then, of course, get your Brevi diffuser, Harvest Spice, and your new deodorant as soon as possible, because they have a limited supply. So, and then if you're ordering, go ahead and order the 125 if you're one of our customers on your LRP. Load up for stuff for fall. What do you need for fall? Stronger for your kids. You're going to need Cedarwood because it's 10% off, and you're going to need for Focus. Then you're also going to want to add On Guard products that you're missing, the hand sanitizer for their lunch bags. It's a great thing, we stick it in there. Also, On Guard Plus soft gels, must have for the fall issues, and the On Guard beadlets. They're beadlets, they're a quarter of a drop of oil in a little beadlet, and you can take that every day beginning as school is starting up, as well as On Guard oil on the bottom of your feet are in your diffuser. So you want to On Guard up, because the fall season is starting, and really gonna load up for the fall. What other oils do you guys like to use for the fall? If you're on Zoom, what things that you think you're gonna get this month? Dory or Lisa, can you unmute yourself and share? And anyone here, what are you gonna get this month? And just give some ideas to kind of prepare for school. This is interactive now. Now you can unmute yourself. Yes, Dory, tell me.
So I'm going to get the blue tansy, but I haven't really thought about fall. I did just think about the stronger. I don't have kids going back to school, but I have some grandkids going back to school.
Yes, that's great. Stronger is good. So Cedarwood, yes. So the blue tansy, if you didn't get it in the BOGO, don't go ahead and get it now. That's actually, thank you so much. That's like 80 or 85 PV. It comes in a 5 ml roller. So when you're going to do it, you're not going to, I poured a drop right on my toes, and then I rubbed my big toes together really fast, and it was like, it's all blue. You can just open it up and just kind of go like this to it. And then apply it to your big toes. I have to say it wasn't as potent, and I didn't get as much done when I did it that way. So you're going to experiment and try it, one drop on your big toe and rub your toes together, or do it on your finger by turning it over. So it's just like a little smear of it, and rub those on your big toes, and see which helps you to get things done. But it was quite amazing. So and if you don't have blue tansy right now, thank you for bringing this up. You can go ahead. There's blue tansy in your Balance oil, and there's one more oil that has blue tansy, and my mind went totally blank. Does anyone know what oil has blue tansy in it? Oh boy, I just went totally and utterly blank. So Balance has it.
Deep Blue has it.
That's why they say use it for like stress and stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Dory's lovely. She's a nurse. She loves her oils. And anyway, thank you, Dory. So blue tansy is in Deep Blue or in Balance. So if you haven't ordered your blue tansy, go ahead and take that and put that on your big toes just to kind of get into the habit of it. It's not as potent to get things done, but actually take that Balance and rub it all over your big feet, all over your feet, big feet. Your big feet. No, your feet. Your lovely little feet. Big toe, feet, you got the idea. I didn't mean to say anyone had big feet. But put it on your Balance on the bottom of your feet before you get out of bed. You're going to feel like much more grounded because it's getting good blood flow into that your feet area, and you're going to feel great. So go ahead and do that big toe and then the whole foot if you have Balance. Okay? So Balance, Deep Blue, use that for now, but go ahead and add blue tansy and Cedarwood definitely to your order, and anything else you need for fall. All right, I'm going to turn off Facebook. Thank you, everyone, and I'm going to hold on a second for Zoom.